Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make this cute little chicken / duck card charm. Let's go. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to gather up your materials. I got these 3 from Walmart. They're called the Red Heart brand. And I got this one from Michael's called Craft Smart. I think it's the brand of the name, yeah. And I'm going to use this color for the body. I'm going to use this color for the swing. This color for the little crest of the hen. And I'm going to use black because for the and then I'm going to use black for the eyes because I don't have small enough safety eyes right now for this little card charm. So I'm going to show you guys how to sew on eyes if you do not know how to sew on eyes. Then you're going to need a 5mm hook, a yarn needle for the eyes, you're going to need scissors, a stitch marker because we will be working in rounds, and obviously some stuffing of your choice. Okay, so starting off we are going to make a magic circle. Very simple, very easy. You are going to chain 2 and then you're going to work 6 single crochets into the magic circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're going to pull on this tail end right here so it closes in. So now we have this. Next, you're going to want to do an increase round. So you're going to insert 2 single crochets into each stitch. So into that first stitch I'm going to do 1 single crochet and then another. And then I have what it's called an increase. So then you put your stitch marker in that first stitch, and then we're going to continue to do increases. We're going to continue to do increases all around until we reach the stitch marker. So now the next round will be when we start making the round shape of the little card charm. So take out the stitch marker, and now we're going to do a single crochet in the first stitch. And then I'm going to place my marker so I don't forget. And then in the next stitch you are going to increase. So 1, 2. So now you should have 3 new stitches in your round. So we're just going to repeat that sequence. So 1 single crochet in the next in the next stitch, and then 1 increase in the following stitch. Again, 1 single crochet and then an increase in the following stitch. And you're going to repeat this until you get to the stitch marker. So now we're going to do 2 single crochets in an increase, but this is where it differs from making regular stuffed animals. To get that more rounded effect, we are going to do 1 single crochet in that first stitch, and then, oh my gosh, I'm struggling. Get your stitch marker, place it right there. Whoop. Place it right there, and then you're going to do an increase like we did last time. So increase right here, and then in the next one, in the third stitch, you're going to do a single crochet. Now usually when you do irigumi or other stuffed animals, you usually do 2 single crochets and then an increase, but it comes out with the pointed effect over time, and we don't want a pointed effect, we want a rounder effect. So here we're doing a single crochet, increase, single crochet, and then you're going to repeat that around. So single crochet, and then, oh my gosh, single crochet, and then increase, and then single crochet again. So repeat this until you get to your stitch marker right here. So for this next round, we are just going to do single crochets all around. No need to add any increases. So 2 single crochets, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to leave it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forgot to add my stitch marker before. Whoopsie. But I'm going to leave it right here, and I'll see you guys when I reach my stitch marker. So I've reached my stitch marker at this point, and so now I'm going to take it back out and we are going to work on the next round. So the next round we are going to do 3 single crochets and an increase. So there's my first single crochet, and it's not going to be like last time where we did a single crochet and an increase and a single crochet. We're going to do 3 single crochets in a row. So there's my first single crochet, there's my second single crochet, third single crochet, and then an increase. So you're going to repeat this all around the row until you reach your stitch marker. So now I've reached my stitch marker once again, and at this point we're going to do some repeat rounds. So I'm going to flip over my work, so this part will be the outside, so it will look kind of nicer. It gives that nice crocheted knitted look. So now we're just going to do single crochets for a couple of rounds. I think it's about like 5, I don't know, I always get messed up with the math. But oh my gosh, there we go. So we're going to do 5 rounds of single crochets. So when you're done with your 5 rows of single crochets, we're basically going to do what we did with the increases, but instead of increasing, we're going to decrease this time. So we're going to do 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to place my stitch marker in that first single crochet so I don't forget. And then basically what we did with the increases was we did 3 single crochets and then we increase, but now we're going to decrease. So basically to do a decrease, you're going to act as you're doing a single crochet. So you insert your hook, you pull out a loop, but don't close it off. You're going to go into the next stitch, you're going to go into the next stitch, you're going to pull out a loop, and now you're going to have 3 loops. And now you yarn over and pull through all those 3, and it creates one single loop, or one single stitch. So now you're going to repeat that all throughout the round. So 1, 2, 3. Again, to decrease, you're going to go into the stitch, pull out a loop, then you're going to go into the next stitch, pull out another loop, yarn over, and pull through those 3 loops. Once you've reached your stitch marker and done your last increase, you're going to do a round of single crochets just like we did with the increases, but again we are working backwards. So I always struggle with the stitch marker. So again, stitch marker, and then you are going to do single crochets all around until you reach your stitch marker again. So once you reach the stitch marker, this time we are going to do what we did with the single crochet, increase, single crochet, but you guessed it, this time it's going to be a single crochet, decrease, single crochet. So here's my first single crochet, and then in these next 2 stitches we're going to decrease like that, and then we're going to single crochet in that 3rd stitch. So now we're going to repeat this around. So again, single crochet, decrease, and then single crochet, and again just repeat this till you get to this point. So right now I'm going to take a pause from the round, and I'm going to draw the attention to the eyes, because if we don't do the eyes right now, then it's going to be a lot harder to do later. So right now you want to grab your black yarn or your safety eyes. If you have some, if you're using safety eyes, you're going to want to place them, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, between 7 and 8. So for us people who are doing the yarn eyes, we're going to grab a stitch marker and place it just between those rows 7 and 8. So you can kind of visualize where your eyes are going to be. So let's see, let's do it about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches apart. Again, I'm going to put it between 7 and 8. So this is the roadmap for where our eyes are going to be. It looks a little creepy right now, but you know, reference points and whatnot. So now you're going to grab your black yarn you're gonna grab your scissors and cut about like about this much. You don't need like a ton, but I like to be, you know, cautious. So you're gonna thread your needle through it like that, and then you're gonna work into the inside where you see that stitch right there, or that stitch marker right there, and then you're gonna go inside like that. And we're gonna leave a little bit of the two tails out for when we're done. Okay, so you're gonna take the stitch marker out, and this is where it gets fun. So what I've learned about making yarn eyes is that it's all about yarn manipulation, honestly. So let's say I go this high for the eyes. So I go 1, 2 high for the eyes, and then I peek my needle on the other side of where I came from. So like that. Then you pull through, and you got something like this. It looks a little weird right now, but the more you add to it, the more it gets better. Just trust me on this. So I'm gonna go right next. Let me see if I can get a better angle of that. Here we go. I'm gonna go right next door to where I put my other stitch, right there, and then I'm gonna come back where I came from, like that. So it kind of like wraps around the stitches. It's, I don't know how to explain it. It kind of just wraps around and it creates this eyeball effect. Now if you want a more rounder look though, I suggest you go from here to like over there, like kind of angle it out a bit, and then you bring it back inside. So it looks something like this. And then back on the inside, this is gonna be really hard. Back on the inside, you're gonna pull your needle. Oh shoot, could you even see that? Back on the inside, you're gonna pull your needle through like where it angles like out there, right? And then you're gonna wanna bring it back to that center right there. So then it manipulates like that. And now your needle is on the inside, so you need to bring it back out again. I'm gonna say enter from where you went to the top right there. So it'll be like right here. And then back over there. I'm sorry, there's no like right way to explain it. It's just yarn manipulation, honestly. But my eye is looking something like that. I kind of want the top to be a little more rounder. So I'm gonna, from the inside, I'm gonna pull my yarn. Oh, I'm gonna pull my yarn. Shoot, I'm gonna pull through here. Oh shoot. There we go. That's so much better. So now you're gonna do this for the other eye. Remember, it's all just about yarn manipulation and how to like curve the yarn and how you want your eye to come out. So I wanted mine to be more of a scratchy look more than round. So here I got my eye, and I will be right back when I do the other eye. So here you can see that I finished the other eye, and now I'm going to just tie these two tail ends on the inside right here, just by simply doing a little knot. Nothing too special because it's going to be on the inside anyways. Okay, so now I have finished making the eyes, so I'm going to continue on with my rounds. So again, since we're working backwards, the next step would be to single crochet. I'll place my stitch marker right there, and then we're going to do a decrease instead of what we did last time, which was increase. So again, it's single crochet and then decrease, and then we're just gonna repeat this all the way down our round till we reach the stitch marker. So before we do our last decrease round, this is the point where you want to stop and add your stuffing, because there's no way you're going to be able to get the stuffing in once it's even further decreased. So grab your stuffing and just start stuffing until you get all the roundness that you want. So now we have our giant little ball of fluff, and he's looking kind of cute right now. I mean, it's just a circle with eyes, but we'll add the details in later. So let's continue on with our rounds. So take out your stitch marker, and for this round, how we did all increases, in the second round we're gonna do all decreases for this round. So it will bring us down to 6. So decrease, decrease. I forgot to put down my stitch marker, but I think I did it like 3 times. 1, 2, 4, and then 1, 2, 5, and then my last 2, I'm pretty sure are these. 1, 2, that makes 6. So now I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches left. So now I'm gonna do a couple more decreases, basically until you can no longer decrease. It'll kind of be like you're closing it off without sewing, except we are gonna sew, so I don't know why I said that. There we go, decrease, decrease. So at this point you're gonna want to get your scissors, and you're gonna cut just a little tail, nothing too crazy, but definitely enough to just seal the deal. Then you're gonna want to fasten off, and then grab your needle and pull it through, you know, standard procedure stuff. Oh, I'm so tired, y'all. But you're gonna just basically kind of secure the places where you did your decreases. So I kind of do mine at random, because somehow whenever I do it at random it ends up working a lot better. Like, I don't think I've ever sealed up my stuffed animals with like a plan and then it actually stayed sealed. So maybe, you know, random is better, but definitely seal the deal. So yeah, and then I'm gonna close it off right here and go back, and then secure it. I'm just gonna place the yarn through some random stitch if I can get my needle back on, please. There we go. And then, like, let's say right here, just so that the yarn goes through and it's concealed. And then we're gonna cut it off, and there we go. There's our little bottle, our little ball of fun. I mean, isn't he so cute? So I forgot to mention this in the materials part of the video, but we're also going to be using orange yarn for the little beak. So grab your orange yarn, and then you're going to need scissors, obviously, to cut it up. And then your needle. Where did my needle go? There we go. You're going to take your needle, and then you're going to thread it through. Gosh dang it. I do not have good luck when it comes to threading through needles. They always come out just, ugh. Anyways, so once you get your yarn on your needle, you're gonna go one row down, and then you're gonna go one stitch to the side of the eye, and then you're gonna go 1, 2, 3 wide. Oh gosh, stuffing is coming out. But yeah, you're gonna go like this. Do not pull all the way through because the tail is inside the stuffed animal and that's where you want the tail to be. So again, you're gonna go 1, 2, 3 wide, and then you're gonna stab it and come back the way you started, like that. So now you have a little mouth. Oh no, my tail! It's okay, we can put it back in like this. Just gotta stab it in there. And then you can just keep on doing that, kind of like what we did with the eyes, but just to make it a little thicker. I think that's good enough. To close it off, you're gonna go into where you where you started, and then out like some random stitch like over here. And then you're gonna cut it off. And then you're just gonna push in those yarn ends and then push this in so it doesn't look like there's gaping holes inside of your work. And now your work should look something like this. So now we're gonna be working the arms for the chicken. So again, how we did with the body, you're gonna start off with your magic circle. Oh gosh. Then you're gonna chain 2, 1, 2, and then into that magic circle you're gonna chain 5. So 1, 2, 3. Oh no. The tail was starting to get caught into the stitches. You don't want that. 3, 4, 5. And then you're gonna close it off by pulling the tail. I think that's very important. And again, just make sure, double check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my first stitch is right here, and I'm just gonna slip stitch into there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. Okay, so from here, it's gonna be 4 rows of just single crochet. No increases, no decreases, just very simple. So I will see you guys when I do my 4 rows of single crochet. So as you can see here, I've done my 4 rows of single crochet. So now I'm gonna just fasten off now. I'm not gonna leave that long of a tail, but I am going to leave a tail for sewing on the body later. Here we go, fasten off, and now you're just gonna make another one of these, and that's basically it for all the pieces for the chick. Okay, so now with both of our arms, we're gonna just sew them up real quick. So thread your needle through your yarn. My, is that rooster mighty happy. Sorry, I have chickens, like a bunch of them, so if you hear a bunch of like chicken crows throughout this entire video, just know it's the chickens. Now that I finally got my yarn through my needle, oh my gosh. Now we're gonna do, let's see, 1, 2, let's do 2 down and about right here for the arm. That looks about right. I don't have an exact science to this, I'm not gonna lie. It's just whatever looks right, feels right to me. So there we go. And then you're just gonna thread it through like you would anything, stitch by stitch. And oh gosh, is my yarn already stuck? No. Okay, there we go. So there we go. Just gonna thread it through all around. This is so it looks like your chicken is holding onto the swing, so it doesn't look like it's just free falling or looks awkward. It gives it that nice little playful cartoonish effect. I don't know. What do you guys think I should make next? I think this chick would look so good. It's already looking really cute right now, to be honest. But that could be just my personal opinion, you know, creator and bias and whatnot. No. Comment down below, how are your chickens doing right now? I would love to see a couple of pictures. Maybe I'll link my Instagram down below and you guys can like send me in pictures of your projects so I can see how good they are. There we go. Yeah, look, it looks like it's reaching out for a hug. Aw. Well, at least this hand looks like it's reaching out for a hug. I hope the other one turns out just as good. Let me see. Forgot to close off my work. Again, I kind of do it at random to like close up my work, because whenever I've done an exact science type of stuff, it never seals. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong though. Maybe my style is just the best. Who knows? I'm gonna leave this little tail right here just because I have to sew it onto the swing later maybe. I'm not sure if I want to sew like the swing to the arm or the arm to the swing. And I know those two sound like exactly the same, but trust me, there's a difference in the way it'll look. So I'll catch up with you guys once I finish sewing on the other arm, and then we'll make the swing. This is what the little chicken should be looking like right now. Like it's giving a big hug to somebody. So once we have made our little plush right here, we are going to start working on the swing. So obviously it's a card charm, so it has to swing by something. So we're going to start off by making a slip knot. And instead of chaining and, you know, going back and adding single crochets, I'm actually going to do foundation chains. So if you don't know how to do them, let me teach you right here. Hold on, you are going to chain 2, and then into that first chain, you're going to see that there's this loop and then there's a back loop. So you want to go into both of them. So grab that first loop and the back loop, pull out a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. And that's how you do a foundation chain. So again, you want to go into that first loop, that back loop, pull out a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and you get foundation chains. So we're going to keep doing the foundation chains until you get 10. So as you can see, we have 10 single foundation chains now. So now we're going to go into the next row and we're going to chain 2, and you're just going to go up right here to start that second row, since there's no need to turn. And then you're just going to keep doing 10 single crochets basically all the way down the row until you get to your last stitch. Now after doing our first row of single crochets, you're going to do 2 more rows of single crochets, so you have 4 total rows, and then I will get back at you when I'm done with my 2 rows of single crochet. So now we're going to be working around the edge of the swing. So starting off in the stitch that you just finished, you are going to single crochet 2 because it will be considered a corner. We're just working a border around it, and then after you've done your 2 single crochet in that stitch, you are just going to single crochet all the way down the side of your swing. So 1, 2, 3. When you get to the 4th, it will be considered a corner, so do 2 single crochets into there, and then again work down the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 would be considered a corner because you're right there on the edge. So 1, 2 into that 10th stitch, and then again work down the side. So 1, 2. Oh, it's kind of hard to get into 2, but there we go. 2, 3, 4. It's hard to get into 4. Oh gosh. Okay. 4 again is a corner. So 1, 2 into there. And then just work single crochets into each stitch until you get to this row, or to this side. So once you reach your end point right here, you are just gonna slip stitch into that last single crochet that you made, or into that first single crochet that you made, mind you, and then you're gonna chain 1 and then fasten off and leave the tail, because we're gonna so with our tail we're gonna weave it into the work first of all. So grab your, oh, that was from last project. So grab your needle and then just put it through the yarn, or put the yarn through it, and then you're gonna weave in the tail, kind of weaving it into the project, but with the direction being the center, because we are going to need to weave in our duck with our swing so it stays all nice and tight. So here I'm just gonna take a bit of my duck, if you can see that. I'm gonna stab it into my duck, like at the bottom here, or in the bottom there. I'm gonna take that and then put it into the swing. And we're basically just attaching the duck to the swing, or not the duck, the chicken I mean. Forgot we made the chicken. You're basically just attaching the chicken to the swing so it won't fall off. So I'll see you guys when I'm done attaching the chicken to the swing. So now, as you can see, I have sewed the back of the swing, or the seat of the swing, to the chicken. So now we're going to be working our little swing, the actual swing part of it. And it's actually pretty simple. You just slip knot, and then you come over here to your swing. You go into the middle part of your swing and you slip stitch into there. And now this part is the simple part. You just chain how many chains that you need. So in my case, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I did about 70 chains, so it should fit something like this now. So after you've done your chains, you are going to slip stitch. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. You are going to slip stitch into that center, and then that's gonna close off the swing. And now you're going to chain 1 and then fasten off like so. And now you have something that looks like, oh dear, now you have something that looks like that. But now, as you can clearly see, we have to attach the chick. I keep wanting to say duck, it reminds me of a duck, or we'll call it a duck. You have to attach the duck to the swing now, because otherwise it will fall and it will not look pretty and amazing. So after securing all your loose ends and tying everything in, you should have something that looks like this. Granted, mine kind of flopped around for a little bit, but with the little tweaks and a little fix, it can look just something cute like this. Anyways, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy your card charms.